and welcome to Mind to Soul, a podcast created differently than most. Why do I say that? This podcast was born out of a desire to put information out here that allows us to challenge our self-awareness and our self-awareness practices. Because to be self-aware is a continuous practice of challenging the mind. A lot of things, a lot of podcasts out there, a lot of information, a lot of books out here that promote self-help. And as a very determined user myself, I would get those books and I would read them, self-help books. And I'm like, oh yeah, the information in it is wonderful, but it's not really helping me change what my mind is. How can you self-help if you're not self-aware? And so this is why this podcast was created, to promote tools that encourage you self-aware. And there'll be very many techniques shared here. So I want to thank you all for joining me, for trusting me with your mind. Because when awareness is used, you get power. Awareness is power, and power is freedom. A little about myself. My name is Olaito Ibola. I am a trained psychotherapist and also a trained psychiatry provider, meaning I treat with both psychotherapy and pharmacological intervention. Why am I doing this? I grew up in a country where mental health was so stigmatized. Nobody spoke about mental health. I mean, I remember growing up as a child and I had a cousin that was, now in hindsight, looking at it based on my training, autistic. And she was really never seen. She was kept away. She was the kept away child because there was so much shame about everything that was that person that the family really didn't want to be associated with. And that used to bother me. I always say awareness is key. Awareness is powerful. And it's so much power that it liberates you. Every time you meet someone and you ask them, tell me about yourself, the person starts to tell you about themselves. Oh, my name is this. This is what I do. But have you ever sat with someone and asked them, tell me about your mind? What does your mind look like? What is your mind? What's in your mind? That's what self-awareness is going to do. It's going to challenge you to question what your mind does. What are your thoughts? Why do you have those thoughts? How are those thoughts affecting your feelings? How are those feelings affecting your actions? Mind to soul is where the thoughts will meet transformation. Every episode will explore ideas that challenges intellect, stirs the heart, and awakens the soul. From the deep conversations on mental well-being and personal growth to reflections on purpose, meanings, and mindfulness. I love mindfulness. I mean, it's everywhere. It's said mindful, and you're mindful. But the question is, are we really mindful? Are we really, really mindful? What does that even look like? What does it look like to be mindful? That's what the podcast will aim to teach you, will aim to encourage, to challenge those automatic movements, to challenge those normal habitual movements and bring them to the forefront where you can question what the motives are behind them, what the purposes are behind them. This podcast will be a space for thoughtful inspiration and soulful connection. Whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or looking for a spark of motivation, you will find it here with me, with us. We'll spend time together to explore it every week. Mind to Soul will offer insight that speaks to both your head and your heart. Because a lot of the times The head and the heart are not talking to each other. They're doing two different things. The head speaks sometimes, and the heart follows without challenging it. And the worst of it is that the head moves ahead without the heart. There's a lot of movement that is just head driven, thought driven, and the emotions behind it has been completely suppressed. All of this is what we're going to explore together on this podcast. I want to thank you again for choosing to spend time and space with me to really, really, really discover yourself and learn what your mind is doing. Again, for every time you hear, tell me about yourself, I want you to change that and ask yourself, what is my mind doing? So when you get the question, tell me about your mind, you are completely aware of it. Thank you.